It will be called Cyclone Tokte.
We have witnessed a number of disasters in our country, from earthquakes to tsunamis to floods to cyclones. Well, talking about cyclone, have you ever thought how these weird names are given to them? Well, if you want to know, then watch the video till the end. Before getting to know how cyclone gets these names, let us discuss what a cyclone is and how it is formed. In meteorology, a cyclone is a large scale air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. Counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise is the southern hemisphere as viewed from above Earth. Any guesses on how a cyclone is formed? Well, let me tell you. Cyclogenesis is the development or strengthening of cyclone circulation in the atmosphere. Cyclogenesis is an umbrella term for several different processes that all result in the development of some sort of cyclone. Extratropical cyclones begin as waves along weather fronts before occluding later in the life cycle as cold core systems. However, some intense extratropical cyclones can become warm core systems when a warm seclusion occurs. A cyclone cannot be formed just so easily. It needs to fulfill some requirements in order to a cyclone to form. A place must have a sufficiently warm sea surface temperature. It must have an atmospheric instability. It should have high humidity in the lower to middle levels of the troposphere, and it should have a low vertical wind shear. Well, guessing what wind shear is? Let me tell you. Wind shear, sometimes referred to as wind gradient, is a difference in wind speed or direction over a relatively short distance in the atmosphere. Now that we know what a cyclone is and how it is formed, let us see how it gets its names. In the beginning, the cyclones were named arbitrarily, which is nothing but it was named randomly on people's wishes. In the late 1800s, they were named after Catholic saints. In 1953, the cyclones were named after women, as the ships always referred to as female and often given women's names. And then, in 1979, male names were introduced. At present, the cyclones are named in a systematic manner. So basically, if the speed of a cyclone is more than 34 nautical miles per hour, then it becomes necessary to give a special name. If the speed of the storm reaches or crosses 74 miles per hour, it is then classified into a hurricane, cyclone or typhoon. The cyclones that are formed in any ocean basin around the world are named by the Regional Specialized Meteorological Centers RSMCs and Tropical Cyclone Warning Centers TCWCs. There are a total of 6 RSMCs in the world, including the India Meteorological Department. So, in 2000, a group of nations called WMO, ESCAP, World Meteorological Organization, and United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific were formed, which comprised Bangladesh, India, the Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, decided to start naming cyclones in the region. After each country sent in suggestion, the WMO ESCAP panel on tropical cyclones finalized the list. The WMO ESCAP expanded to include 5 more countries in 2018: Iran, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Generally, cyclones are named according to region rules. For example, in the Atlantic and the Southern Hemisphere, which includes the Indian Ocean and South Pacific, names are given in alphabetical order, or it is based on the names of men and women, which are alternated. Well, however, it has to be approved by the tropic cyclone regional bodies to avoid culturally sensitive names. Let me give you an example. Well, recently you all would have heard about the cyclone Tokte, which is hovering over currently Saurashtra and Gujarat. Well, let us see how it got its name. Well, it was given by Myanmar, India's neighboring country, which means gecko. Well, it is a name that means an highly vocal lizard. Cyclones are named based on its regions and the features or the characteristics of the cyclone, just like what cyclone Tokte meant. Well, what was the need to name cyclones? So basically, cyclones are named to make it easier for people to remember and identify the storms. With a name, it is easy to create awareness and send out alerts, and remove confusion where there are multiple cyclonic systems over a region. Cyclone names are suggested in on rotation basis. Just like the next cyclone will be called Yas, a name which was given by Oman. After that, cyclone Gulab, which will make landfall in the region. Pakistan has suggested cyclone Gulab's name. So this is how cyclones are named. Well, I hope now that your doubt of how cyclones are being named are clear. Well, if you like this video, do give it a like, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to InfoTuber. We are very close to 200 subscribers. We are just 6 subscribers away. So I hope we can complete that milestone too. Anyways guys, I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned and bye bye.